I'll proudly fly this thin blue line flag behind me, just to piss you off. Hey everybody, it's Commentator Auditor here, and today we're going to do another deep dive into Chille I. This time we're going to actually take a look at his copyright infringement lawsuit that he has ongoing currently in the Federal District Court in Boston. And we're taking a look at this because he's made a motion here yesterday that we have taken notice of, and I've done some deep diving into this. And I found some interesting things. And I think I should share this with you guys. And I hope that maybe Google looks at this video and they do an even further dive into this. Because some things aren't adding up between the motions he's filed and his actual only registration with the Copyright Office for a video. So let's take a look at this. Okay, everybody, so this is docket number 125. This is Chille's opposition to defendant YouTube Google LLC's motion for leave to file a reply in support of its motion to transfer or dismiss. Now, in here, Chille states, Plaintiff Jose De Castro, plaintiff, offers the following response to defendant, YouTube Google LLC, YouTube, or defendant. Motion for leave to file a reply in support of Google LLC's motion to transfer or dismiss, ECF number 124. In support of this response, plaintiff submits a memorandum of law which is fully incorporated herein. In general, defendant YouTube's 49-page motion to transfer case to Northern District of California, motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim, ECF number 121, was filed with many defects and failed to raise arguments. In that motion, YouTube asked the court to do its work for it by vaguely asserting that plaintiff's complaint had glaring pleading failures, but that the court need not even look at those because plaintiff had filed in the wrong court. YouTube goes on to only argue that the most obvious problem besides that, in that plaintiff didn't allege that the copyrighted works were registered. Now YouTube wants to attempt to cure the deficiencies in its motions by adding additional arguments that it didn't initially raise. Not that a reply brief cures the deficiencies in a motion. The fact remains that YouTube's motion is requesting specific relief that will not be amended by a reply. And we're going to go to points and authorities, and we're going to scroll down to point C, which is if YouTube is able to make a reply with new arguments, it doesn't add those arguments to the motion, which is before this court, and plaintiff will require a surreply to point out the deficiencies in YouTube's new arguments. It will be a waste of the court's time and cause unnecessary expense to the other parties. And what Chille is saying in this argument is, we know he wants to drain Josh and Kate financially to the point where they can't fight this anymore and he can get a default judgment. However, he's saying it's going to be an unnecessary expense to the other parties, meaning himself. He's talking about himself because Google is going to make him pay for this shit because he's filed a lawsuit that's frivolous. And Google is going to make Chille pay because Chille's having to pay the court filing fees. So, in point C, he goes, YouTube inappropriately raises the alleged untimely copyright registration of plaintiff's video, but the video was actually registered prior to the second supplemental complaint, in where it is mentioned. As YouTube is clearly unaware of how supplemental complaints work, I must explain to them that they contain claims that have occurred since the original complaint was made. It was YouTube's decided, and the court allowed YouTube to wait to file an answer or dispositive motion until after the plaintiff's second supplemental complaint was filed. YouTube waiting appears to be what actually made YouTube's new arguments untimely. Plaintiff's second supplemental complaint was not opposed by any party and was granted by this court. The video that YouTube describes was registered prior to plaintiff's second supplemental complaint, which contains the claim for that video. This makes YouTube's argument irrelevant that a copyright registration must occur prior to filing of a complaint, which YouTube supports only with an unpublished irrelevant case anyway. So, Chille is trying to say that, he put it in the second amended complaint. So let's take a look at the second amended complaint. All right, and so here we are at his supplemental complaint. This would have been his first supplemental complaint, which Chille called a supplemental complaint. The court is calling it his first amended complaint because this is where he actually drags YouTube into this and changes his lawsuit from a harassment complaint based on Massachusetts state law to a federal copyright infringement case. Right? And I'm not going to read through all of this, but if we scroll down to here, where it says factual background, I have published over 800 videos to which I own the valid copyright to as content to my YouTube channel and in this link right here. This link just takes you to Chille's channel on YouTube. That's all we get. It goes to Delete Law's YouTube channel. All right, we'll go back to the public records. Right? And so that's motion 79. And if we go up now, we went up through the documents to docket 118, which was filed on 4/24/2023. Now, this, we're going to scroll through and see if we can find, all of these. These are all YouTube links. None of these go to a video that's listed for Jose De Castro on the U.S. Copyright Registry. I have gone through all of these. Here's the funny thing. Let's go to the registry website for the Copyright Office. Here we find Jose De Castro. We know this is the correct Jose Maria De Castro because right here in the copyright, it says copyright claimant, Jose De Castro, address 1258 Franklin Street, Santa Monica, California, 90404. It's the same address he lists on the court documents for his lawsuits. Here we see that this was registered on February 2nd of 2023. We also see the date the video was published was on December 19th of 2022. We see the title of the video is My Wrongful Arrest. Funny fact, he claims he created this in 2015. Now, I don't know about you guys, but he never said he was wrongfully arrested for the video that Kate showed ages ago where he was trying to nail a flyer to a tree and kept hitting his damn thumb with the hammer. He never said he was wrongfully arrested in that. Also, the arrest we know for a fact on video that he claims he was wrongfully arrested for would have been his drug charges from 2001. He claims he was wrongfully arrested in Ironton, Ohio, when Pam Wagner put him in the jail because he was trespassing in City Hall. He claims he was wrongfully arrested when Nevada pressed charges against him for what he did in video just a few months ago. None of that happened in 2015, and none of that was published on December 19th of 2022. None of that happened before registration date of February 2nd, 2023. Chille I appears to have filed a fraudulent copyright registration and is using that fraudulent copyright registration for his lawsuit and claims that it's in this list. But if you click on any of these videos in this list, none of these videos come back to a video with the title of My Wrongful Arrest. So Chille, are you forging documents on the federal level to support your frivolous lawsuit claim of copyright infringement?